Hey folks, this is Lucid. Welcome back, and we are getting back to our series where I'm playing Isphenople, and it's turn 51, and I have 3 hours left to do my turn. I haven't even done that much of it yet. To be completely honest, the last turn I did took about 3 hours to do. So anyway, I got some air gems from Karnanak. He wants me to make him some rings of levitation. And I think that is so one of his units will not rumble itself to death. That's at least what I think. I think there's an earthquake spell they cast, and that way they'll be immune to it. I'm not totally sure how that works, though. A dire portent goes up, and indeed, the dolphins have cast Maelstrom. And we are going to steal that shit this turn. They can go get wrecked. Somebody hit my Eternal Guardian with Curse. It's kind of rude. And we have a lot of battles this turn, guys, because the 2v1, kind of 3v1, except really I'm only attacking the third person because he's been wintering me, is going to continue. So he casts, I think this Call of the Wild, or maybe there's an Arcadia version of it. Anyway, it looks like Call of the Wild. And he cast it on a province where I'm moving in a big army. So this is a magic phase attack, but I also did a small PD dump here, which turns out it's going to be pretty nice. My Devil, however, which I think I stole sometime, is going to die. But, yeah. This gets wrecked. And this was actually, the fact, if I had normal PD there, this would have taken it. But I just got lucky, kind of. And then we magic phase over here with a golem. And this is our Horror Harmonica golem. And I wanted to send this against... I was kind of trying to figure out where I should send him. I wanted to send him against an army without a ton of magic weapons and without a ton of mages, because that's what horrors are going to do best against. So first horror lands in here. Already you can see some of the mages taking their exit. More horrors getting summoned. More horrors getting summoned. And as soon as he gets tagged, okay, he finally gets hit, he pieces out. And so we've got, I think, 3 horrors on the field, or 4 horrors on the field. So he almost got through the full script. The full script is 5. I'll pick up the speed here. Do they kill the little... oh no, the astral one's still alive. This one's doing God's work over here. This guy's kind of getting surrounded, but now this astral one's coming in behind. Oh, is it not? Oh, it's a Mind Slime. I thought it was a... There's a version of that that's like Astral 3. And these things are so tanky. They have so much regen, 50% regen, and then they have Fortitude, basically. And they're ethereal. But I think there's enough things around here. Do these have magic weapons? Yeah, these do. So these guys right here with the little gleaming R around them are going to be doing most of the damage. And we've killed a lot of these guys already. We haven't killed all of them, and then they're going to come and kill them. So, if you look at that, we killed 40 dudes, and we routed a bunch of guys, and some of the guys who routed will have died. And then it's also just annoying to have your army dispersed, and it's going to disrupt his troop movement. So there's that. We also found a magic site, Stale Currents. And then coming down, we have a battle in Liss. Okay, and this is him raiding me with the Unearthed Consort. And then down here, Macadam attacks me. It's just PD, so he kills it. I can't remember which one these are. Let's go check. Okay, this is normal kind of thug kit, Vine Shield plus some kind of weapon. This is a kind of good mix, too. I like, doing different weapons. This one is, like, good if there's a thug here. This one's going to be good at just clearing PD, so that's kind of smart. I wonder if he's still doing the same thing, where he's having him cast spells instead of attack. He is. Oh, no, he is. That's so weird. Because I feel like he's doing so many things right. Like, these are very efficient little thug kits. And I like how he's combining them. There's so many things I like, but then he's having them cast. Could be there's something he's thought about, and he's doing it for a reason. I just can't figure out what it would be. Okay, so that was here. We took control of one province with no resistance. He didn't put PD. Never a good sign. Here he's raiding me with... I was expecting kind of a more of an army. But he sends in just basically thugs, like a thug army. He's got these guys, they've got great swords of sharpness. I guess he thinks I'm going to rely on, like, statues. Which, I've got some statues, but I'm not really relying on them. I mean, fuck, there's so many ways they can kill those statues. I've gotten really bad ROI on them, to be honest. I mean, you can argue I've been using them badly, and I'm not going to try to defend myself on that. But I'm not going to be making an ungodly number. We're going to win through the quality of our mages. Maybe summons. And maybe our fencers. So they're getting all boosted up, but I've got just a mega communion back here. There's like 30-something mages. I need to turn this on because I have a feeling we're going to see some side swapping. We got the Hound. I think they killed the Hound, though. Let's take a look at how our communion's doing. We've got... our slaves are at 3 fatigue. They've got 4 reinvigoration, so yeah, this could basically go on forever. I think somebody landed back here, probably killed a few guys. And then meanwhile, we've charmed the Banelord, or enslaved him, not charm. We've gotten this Macadam noble, which is a commander. And it's looking like we might get this guy too. Yeah, we got him. Now the question is, will we get anybody else? I think we do get this guy. Yeah, we got him. So, and this is a Holy 3. I mean, well, I'll show you this. This is a late. He's not a very expensive summon, but he's kind of cool. I mean, these are good paths. Pretty good base HP. Recuperation and Awe are definitely nice tags. Holy 3. So I would say probably worth like Divine Naming or a Gift of Reasoning, but not definite. So anyway, there's that. Oh, we also got a bunch of gear. We got a Firebrand. We got a Charcoal Shield. We got the Hauberk of Heroes, and we got a Girdle of Might. And there's a bunch of stuff we killed that, yeah. So I think this has hopefully resolved an issue for Macadam. If he thought he was going to just be able to, like, win a battle against me with thugs, like, no, hell no. Oh, hell no. We came out ahead. There's going to be no thugging, like, winning major conflicts against me. You can... The thug raiding has been working, but not, like, coming into my core territory where I can, like... If you want to come into my territory with some thugs where I have literally 120-something mages sitting in a fort, good luck. So that was this battle. Here we attack... I think this guy was afflicted. I was just killing him. And then down here, he comes and raids with more thugs. And again, the idea when you're playing Macadam is you really want to get a lot of kills on these guys. That's why he's got like the Skull Mentor, or whatever it is, the Champion Skull. Now, we have quickness on this guy. And yeah, he's got 2 Frostbrands. And he's ethereal. And I think we're going to cheat. I don't know if Cheat Fate goes on him. Yeah, I think Cheat Fate got cast somewhere else. And he's doing this odd thing where he's spellcasting. It's not going to matter here. But you can see he's zapping people with lightning. I also know this player has played... Oh my god, this Fencer? Did he just wrecked the shit out of this guy? The Fencer just one-hit killed one of these dudes. Which that's a pretty high DRN roll. Got really lucky. Did Cheat Fate go on this guy? No, I guess it can't. Did he go on this other guy? Oh, it did. I know, I was lucky. He's played a lot of single player of this particular nation. I don't know if it was just testing or actually doing it for fun. I think this Macadam would be a ton of fun to play single player, just because, you know, trying to get these guys up. And the AI really struggles to deal with them. So it could be that this worked really well in single player. But generally, you're going to want to have high fatigue, especially if you get in like a... I mean, you're going to want to have low fatigue, especially if you get in like a thug versus thug war. Like this stone monster just tore him apart. But I have to be careful with the stone monsters because they will easily get torn apart by... Like if I sent this guy into that other stack, he would have gotten like ripped 6 ways till Sunday. Fortunately, though, we got all their gear, and they had a bunch of brands. So I've already taken the gear off of them, but I got, I think, 2 fire brands and 2 frost brands out of that, or something like that. So it's a very nice haul from that counter raid. I'm making money, and then here we have probably the biggest battle of the whole game. I doubt we're gonna have a bigger battle. I mean, I have no idea. We might. But I'll be surprised if we have a bigger battle than this the entire course of the rest of the game. Right, so this is the army we've seen it before. There's a shit ton of rhapsodes. And I don't... we'd have to go back and check. I don't recall seeing all these rhapsodes in the initial attack. I'm like very surprised by them because I thought, and I mean I could be completely wrong. In my commentary, it'd be funny to go back and check. In my commentary, I was saying he was using these, and that was how he zapped my golem. And I was expecting to have to fight a bunch of rhapsodes, but for whatever reason, at least at the time I didn't see them. It could have been they were stealthy. They have popped out, and it could be he was going to surprise me. So whatever I thought I was going to bring, I was like, oh, it's mostly troops. And, you know, with some Impalad support... It's like, no. This is actually a scarier army, and it's got a shit ton of rhapsodes that are going to be spamming... Sorry, that are going to be spamming Charm. On our side, we have a much more motley crew. So if we zoom back and look at it, it's like, okay, who's going to win? Like, clearly these guys are going to win. These are almost everything you see on this side is sacred. Almost everything you see on this side is not sacred. Like this whole front part is just PD. So if you look at like what I'm actually bringing, it's just this. So let's let the battle unfold. Importantly, we've also got some elemental royalty. We've got the King of the Mountains, and we've got the Queen of Thunder, and they are going to be casting their spells and getting out. They're going to be retreating because I'm not 100% sure I'm going to win this, but I think I will. Okay, so we've got Storm Up. That was cast by our Queen, because I don't want these guys jumping back on my communion is the reason. There goes Army of Gold. So now these guys are actually going to be pretty hard to kill. 26 protection. They are not going to just up and die for no reason. See this lightning bolt coming down. Yoink! Missed. Like, how can you be shooting at this much stuff and miss? I probably shouldn't have had her run, because when she runs, Storm's going to go away. But she did get off. It did keep them from getting back here early. And we have Master and Slave charging up now. There it goes. So there's the first casting. Okay. There's the second casting. And there's going to be a third casting. All of a sudden now, the tides have turned. Now this is not super high pin. Like, this is something every Astral Nation can do. Because I don't have super high pin gear or anything like that. This is freaking expensive in terms of gems. I've optimized so many gems into pearls. Now, if we look at the back line, where are the Rhapsodies? Okay, they're over here. Do we get any of them? Yeah, we've got some of them. There's the third. And at this point, they're going to, yeah, they're routed. Just losing that many troops is going to cause a rout. Just having them flip-flop sides. So now there's no casting to do, no charming. They just have to try to fight their way out to their once brethren. They've got a Troll King, which is kind of cool. He looks like he's kitted up to Thug. Odd. And you can see this battle didn't last very long. Like, it's completely over by turn 9. I mean, it was over probably turn 8 or 7. So, yeah. They got completely shreked. And you know how we spent all this time, like, getting mages and not getting any troops? Well, we have solved our lack of troops problem. And then Enslaved Minds still running. Our fatigue for our slaves also quite in control. It doesn't look like I have Summon Earth Power on them, which is a mistake. But I did have Blood Mages, so they cleared the fatigue off them. With Reinvigoration, so that was nice. I guess I didn't talk too much about the actual script for this. I think I went through... No, I did. I think I scrolled through it. We didn't talk at length. But I had a Reinvigoration built in. Which is, I think, pretty important if you're doing Master and Slave, because it just costs so much fatigue. We're causing a little friendly fire here with our green lines. But it's friendly fire against former enemies, so... You could say they had it coming. Green lines haven't learned. The Impalad's getting wrecked. That's kind of cool. I didn't even think about having all these Impalads. I could potentially use them to improve my scales. They all are going to increase sloth, which is not really great for me. So anyway, that's it. You can see we, the joke that the Jumbo was kind of making was about conquering the world with toilet paper, which I found hilarious, which is all these ancient rhapsodies. And well, let me pull the battle up. The ancient rhapsodies are this item, and they're really cheap to make. They're only 2. If you have a hammer, you make them for 1, which, you know, it's half off. Even though you're kind of a little bit wasting the effect of the hammer. But anyway, you can get just a crap ton of these. You can see he's got a ton of them. And what these do is they give him +1 priest power, and it also allows him to go into a communion. But I don't think... Oh, he actually is going into a communion. Did he? Oh, I forget. It looks like... Oh, I don't think he knows. He's definitely had these guys go into a communion. These guys cannot go into a communion. You have to have at least one... Like, if you're a Holy 3 and you put a... And I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm right about this because we're, like, watching it happen right now. If you're Holy 3 and you put, like, a Crystal Matrix on, it will not get you to Holy 4. But if you're Holy 3 and you have one of any other magic path and you put it on, then it'll get you to Holy 4. So it's kind of weird. But I also remember this when I did an intervention video for Arcadia, which it will probably go up before this series does, but yeah, Communion Master does not really work on these guys unless they are astral. So instead, what you want to do, these guys can just cast spells. What you need somebody, Communion Master, to do Divine Channeling. And then this guy is still going to benefit from Divine Channeling because the way the game sees him is he's base path Holy 1. So he will get the benefit. That will get him up to Holy 3. And I think he's going to do that anyway. Yeah, he's Holy 3 now. So, but not a Communion Master, even though I think he wasted... I mean, who cares that he wasted turn casting? It doesn't matter. There's probably not anything in range that he could have done anyway. But yeah, that's the Ancient Rhapsody. It gives you Communion Master and then Priest +1. Yeah, we've got a ton of them. That's actually really useful for us. Because we also have a unit, these guys, who would really benefit from toilet paper. Because look what happens when I... Well, first of all, it takes them to Holy 2, which is pretty useful. And then 2... I've got so many of these. There's toilet paper flooding my inventory. Oh wait, but some of these are different. Scrolls of Sapience. How am I going to tell which one's which? I just have to click on them. I've got toilet paper ID problems. Then maybe these are a slightly different color. Oh, they are. I don't have to click on them. Okay, anyway. Yeah, and it's really nice because it allows them to get into a communion. And then once they're in a communion, they have a hidden astral path. I think that can even come out. Though I'm not 100% sure. So anyway, that's cool. That's very cool. Trying to think what else. So yeah, battle report. He lost literally everything, or not literally, but almost everything. Almost all his mages, almost all his rhapsodes, almost all his Beetle Knights, or no, literally all of his Beetle Knights, all of his Unearthed Consorts, and then basically all the troops, including almost all of his Corbions. And these are hard for... not hard. I mean, they can get a fair amount of them. It's not like a cap-only sacred or something. But you get them pretty slowly. And it depends on how many forts... This is a major... He's out of the game now. He's dead. Meanwhile, on our side, the very generous peoples of Isphenople have decided to continue paying salaries for all previous Arcadia employees as we transition ownership. So anyway, they're all over here. The thing I'm going to have to figure out is which ones do I keep and which ones do I not. And I'm not totally sure. We've got questions about what do we do with, like, all the mages is the main one. Like, especially Dewey. These guys, I think, do we want to get the scales benefit from them? These guys are definitely not worth empowering, so we probably want to kill them off. We have a shit ton of Beetle Knights. Those are probably worth keeping, I guess. Hard to say, because they have 1 million encumbrance. And then these ladies, the Auto Leonids... I mean, they're kind of cool. I don't think they're not worth Gift of Reasoning. I'm trying to see if there's anything here I have that's worth Gift of Reasoning. I don't really think so. Yeah, I don't think so. And we got a shit ton of rhapsodes. These guys, I think, are going to be completely useless. So there's some of these things that I just kind of need to kill off. Maybe we'll just... They're even too expensive as siege chaff, really. And it's just a mess. Look at all this stuff I got. I've got to figure out where to put it. I don't have any good commanders here. This is a major problem. But it's a good problem. And yeah. I told them this would happen. I really tried to help them. I said, guys, you're attacking me when I'm literally as strong as I'm ever going to be. And, like, I'm going to peek out. Like, my research is going to be done soon. Like, probably in, like, 6 turns. And then after that, they're just going to be catching up. It's going to be like I have 0 research. But I'm going to be really strong when I have all my research done. So there's a chance I can kind of eat people and win. So I can understand attacking me. As part of a coalition. But it was not a veiled or hollow threat when I said that I'll kill literally all the armies they send at me. And as you can see, we have extremely efficiently done that. If they're going to come at me, they need to have a plan. I'm not sure what the plan would be. But they need to have one. Like Mass Earthquake was one. I don't know. There's all sorts of crazy things you can do in Dominion, so it's not my job to think of their plan. Well, it kind of is, because if I thought of their plan, then I could prevent it. Here he's coming in with these Lords of Heroes, which are pretty damn cool. These are so cool. This is such a cool nation. I really like Macadam. So they're the cap only sacred. They're flying. They're very cool. Here was us moving on top of their fort. I think I skipped that. And then here he attacks some Lycanthropos kings. They get wrecked. And then here he's attacking. So, what I want to do, we're going to talk about kind of what I'm going to do because I still have to play the turn out. We'll kind of do strategic direction, and then I'm going to pick. I actually have to script all this. I might script some of it, and then I'll probably click you guys off at some point so as not to bore you to tears. And I probably work a little faster. But I want to pull up score graphs. So the war has not been on for many turns, right? So if we look at provinces, let's get rid of irrelevant parties. Okay, so here are relevant parties. And you can see, here was when I attacked the Dolphins. Wait, no. I get these flags mixed up all the time. Here's when I attacked the Dolphins. Right, so this makes it like it's looking good for me. But then I get just bombarded by the opening salvo of these guys raiding me. And I'm losing territory. And then I lose territory again this turn. So like from the province graph, it looks like things aren't going well. But if you recall, my mission was not to win a raiding war. Like I wasn't attacking them. I wasn't even defending all the likely places I thought I'd get attacked. I was defending some of them. My mission was to kill their armies that were attacking me. And then once their armies were dead, then I felt pretty comfortable fighting. Now let's take a look at the army size graph. It's actually really cool playing these guys and having score graphs so I can like talk through them in real time rather than just reflecting on them at the end of the game. So let's get rid of Arcadia for a second and these guys because we're not really fighting them. So here is the battle with Macadam. Now this is when he just lost a major army. This is a major setback, but you can see he's not crippled. He still has major forces left. And then he's lost more through the raiding, even though he's, recruiting stuff every turn. Meanwhile, there's no even downward hiccup for me. I've not lost anything, except a few mages, which I've got a bajillion of. They're not all in the right space. I got to move some, but anyway. Yeah, he got wrecked, but not super hard. But now if we look at Arcadia, Arcadia just is a shell of their former self. And some of this growth is going to be like Meneids and stuff that's like complete garbage. We've probably taken most of his higher quality stuff. I don't think he can, he's completely done. He's completely done. All his rhapsodes, there's just a lot, a ton of mages. This was like an enormous commitment from him. He was all in on this. And now he's completely fucked. And not only that, but most of the guys I got. I think I got over 50% of the army. So now my power level, he hasn't angered me. I'm not upset at all. I was really trying to get out of a 2v1 because I would much rather have a 1v1 or like even just chill because I had like just eaten Falegra. So I really was not looking forward to like all the alchemizing I was doing because it's going to weaken my ability to control globals and stuff. Anyway, I was not looking forward to that. So I was trying to get out of it, but I knew I would win. Or I thought I would win. You never know. Anyway. Well, now I'm just going to go eat Arcadia because he's got nothing. I feel like this has been a trend a lot more in like the Saramatia Blitz, which I assume you'll have seen by the time this comes out. But, yeah, God, people just throw everything at me, and then when they die, I'm like, okay, yoink. We'll take all your property now. So yeah, that's kind of the score graphs. Okay. So also in the game chat, I have announced to Zune that he's welcome because like I posted this screenshot. Of course I did. To the game chat because I kind of want to get out of the 2v1. So I posted a message to Zune saying he's welcome to come help. And then I was talking with Macadam for a while, and he knows that he's in now like a 1v1 if he wants to, because, Arcadia obviously is not going to be offering much assistance. And, yeah, I was like, hey, I'm actually okay going back to previous borders, which for him, what that really means is I was going to take this fort from him. And it's a really nice province. And, yeah. So if he doesn't want me to take the fort from him, we can go back to previous borders. I think he has no way of stopping this. However, it is worth me giving up this, even though this would be very nice to have. And potentially I don't have the ability of the troop numbers easily. I mean, maybe now I sort of do. I don't really think so. I don't have the military capacity, I don't feel like I do, to conquer both of them. I can win a defensive war against both of them, but I don't have the military resources to conquer both of them. And I would instead prefer to eat one of them rather than try to eat both of them or try to defend against one and eat the other. I'd much rather just heavily commit, take Macadam, which is right here, take all of this, take the throne, take all of this. I told Zune he could have the capital, and I'm kind of regretting it because I can actually take the capital before Zune's nap even ends. So that's one of the decisions I have to make. This army, by the way, almost starving. So I got to be a little careful. We're going to split them up. I think we're going to send part of them here. And then I have one more turn to make the decision of do I go on top of Arcadia or not. So we're going to send some of them here. We're going to send some of them here. This army is going to pull back and go for this fort and then for Macadam. I think I'm probably going to go for it because I don't know where the rest of Zune's armies are. But anyway, he's going to be quite happy to vulture, I think. Macadam is going to pull all of their stuff out of my land. So this province was mine, this province was mine, this province was mine, this province was mine, and this province was mine. This province was Macadam. So he's going to pull out of these, and I'm just going to take them back. So anyway, that's the trade, basically. I don't take this fort from him. And I mean, please, he was not going to be able to hold this from me, because, like, I definitely now have the resources to shift down and take all this stuff back from him. But it would take time, and it would be resources away from eating Arcadia. So anyway, that is the trade. Macadam's in an interesting situation, because he has a nation where you really want to fight chaff, and, like, get a lot of kills and experience. Fighting me or Arcadia is not ideal, because, like, they're both very good against single target. Like, they'll just charm you. Arcadia's in some ways even worse than fighting me. Because Arcadia is going to get your heroes as heroes. For me, I have to gift of reason them. I think, honestly, his best target, as weird as it sounds, is going underwater against Cyanotha. So, like, maybe teaming up with the rocks and going after these guys. Because I think these are the only people left who really have semi-conventional warfare. Which is what his guys are going to excel at. I keep clicking on the wrong one. I mean, underwater, you're going to have to deal with water elementals. His thugs are good enough. It may be possible, and they can get really high defense, like 30 defense. It may be possible they can tank water elementals, especially if you have, like, 4 of them, like 2 per tile next to each other. But I don't know. I think he's in a weird situation where he doesn't really have any great national matchups. And he's kind of playing a nation where you really want to be at war. Like, you really need to get experience on your troops. So I don't really know what... I can understand why he attacked me. Because he's kind of a nation that needs to be at war. And maybe he felt I was, like, now is as good a time as ever because I'm running away with research. Well, now is the worst. I mean, it cannot be worse. Because he's only going to get more research, while my research advantage is going to be the same. The only thing that's different is I'm going to have my super weapon online terribly soon. Now, I'm going to have my super weapon online before they could even potentially... unless I, like, really fucked up my battles, in my opinion. I would have my super weapon online before they could even kill me anyway. So it's not like they're going to, like... if they peace out with me, then that's going to allow me to get my super weapon online. It is coming online soon anyway. I mean, Sophia is getting thick. Already an 8 caster too. She's going to be doing cool stuff. What I have to do is I have to figure out all the places. I basically have to find... Okay, so what are we doing? We've got... this idiot coming here. I probably should send... That's a good province, too. There's other things I have that are going to be coming online, too, so... well, yeah, we're going to be doing Communion Slave, Divine Blessing, Enslaved Mind. Is that going to work? We can't Enslaved Mind. Guess we'll just Mind Burners or Smite or something. I don't even know. Yeah. Oh, wait. Don't retreat. So, yeah. Okay, we're going to come take this. I don't know. I want to use this guy to pick off somebody, not to counter raid. So, okay, yeah, we're going to come Magic Phase on top of this Consort. I don't know what gear he has, but I don't think it matters. I think he's naked. Oh, he's got a little bit of garbage. It's not going to matter. He will get tore up by this guy. I need to take this back. What I'll probably do is I'll probably split this force to have a small contingent, which I'll feel very comfortable running up this direction. And I'm probably going to go like this and try to get all of this stuff. I'm going to be enormous after this. So what's probably going to happen, this is my expectation, is I'm going to have like a brief peace with Macadam. Zune is going to be busy trying to eat Arcadia. By the time Zune is done and Macadam is in his thing, then everybody's going to attack me. But what the downside of that is they're going to have caught up with me in tech by a long way by then. So they're going to all have 9s and something. Whereas right now I'm like the only one with 9s. So like this is... I think this is like the point where they'll have a 9. So a lot of these guys are going to have hit this point by then. Well, I don't know. Some of these guys are kind of low. This is... the underwater dudes will. But Macadam, maybe not. Wait, Macadam, maybe not. They're kind of lower. I feel like... Yeah, I don't know. I think this is about 9. So, could be a little bit of a while before they're really ready to fight. But anyway, as they get 9s, they'll be able to do cooler shit on the battlefield to, like, potentially counter me. Or at least have a more fair fight. But what I'm going to have by that time... or what I should have, my blood economy hopefully will stabilize some. And I'll have fort spam going up. So I'm going to be doing 3 red seconds everywhere to get a shit ton of forts up, a shit ton of temples, and the temples are going to give me more pearls. So hopefully that will be a nice little cycle of prosperity for me. Yeah, like this would actually be an okay spot. And then I'm going to have a lot of his forts too. I'm going to be really strong in a lot of turns. Them attacking me and losing all their stuff might have just kind of given me the game, to be honest. I mean, it's kind of funny because I was like trying to prevent it, but it may have been like the best possible thing that could have happened to me. Because I think before I was like in a sort of strong position, but now I'm in like a godly position. Like I don't even, it's going to be hard for me to lose the game now. Now, I mean, the reason I say that isn't my position at this very moment. It's just because the momentum that I'm going to have over the next, like, 6 turns, I'm going to be enormous, I think. Now, things could go wrong, right? Zune could attack me or whatever, or the ocean people could attack me, but the rocks are going to be attacking the ocean people, and, yeah. So I didn't make the Rings of Levitation yet. So what I think we're going to do now, if you were just kind of interested in following the series, but you don't really want to watch the micro, probably now is a good time to click off. But we're going to do a little bit of the micro, and I'll probably do like 15, 20 minutes of it and talk through it, and then I'm probably going to say thank you guys, and I will show you the results next turn. because God knows there's plenty of micro to do. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and move over here. I've got you guys who were supposed to come up. They're going to be nice for sieging down some of this other stuff. Who was coming over here? Okay, we don't actually need y'all to do that. I had actually put in like, these guys were coming in. They were going to kill these thugs if they raided. I had all these... It's kind of a mess because I had a mix of defensive orders from before Macadam agreed to peace. Here we have Oberic. He's gotten a telesthetic animate here. And I think he's just going to spend a turn research. Oh, do we have... I need to make a wondrous thing. Oh my god, I can make 2 of them here. Holy crap, this is a ton of resources. Oh my god. That's so nice. Okay, so Oberic, you're not completely off the hook. All these things are cursed. I can't take these off. But what I can do is I can do Earth Boots. And then this... And then he can do the Wondrous Workshop. And that should be okay. After that, I'm going to put the Boots of Youth back on him. If you research. It will do some of the fun kind of... I kind of like the forging stuff. We'll do some of the forging stuff. Here we're making the Rings of Levitation for Karnanak. I've got... Oh, I got the pocket ship, which would be potentially pretty useful. I haven't really thought of when I'll use it, but I'm sure I'll find a time. And the cluster of getting this all done, I've forgotten some things, like to do Awaken Vinemen. Oh, I was going to check too. Okay, I do. I was going to make sure I put the Amulet of the Dead on this guy too. He's getting a fair amount. I mean, like, we had a fair amount of undead here in this little squad. Or I guess you can't see, but yeah. It's definitely useful chaff to have at least something. Okay, let's figure out what we forge. I want to save pearls, I think. For earth gear, I feel like we've probably got... How many hammers do we have? Yeah, I could probably do with another hammer. Probably need to organize a lot of my inventory now. We're starting to run into inventory problems. So for him to make a hammer, because he's in the... Normally it's a 15 gem item, but he's got all the boosters on. That's going to be 7. How does this work? Because he's got forge bonus of 6. So yeah, base 2, 2, 2. So that's 6. And the hammer is going to get a 20% discount. And I think that applies first. So it's basically going to be a 3 gem discount. So it's going to go from 15 to 12. And then from 12 to 6. Yeah. And that's going to be good because we need... it'd be nice to start... whatchamacallit, getting more pin gear. And the pin gear is going to be a lot cheaper if I've got hammers. So we'll make a scroll of slashing. Or, you know, I'm going to maybe we'll make this. Go ahead and make them sacred. Give them a little armor. This place has 0 resources, so I can't recruit. I think, is that all the forging I really need to do? You know, I think I probably also want more green lions. So I think we'll turn this back on. I'm a little nervous. Oh, okay, we'll just come over here. That this army is not going to be able to get all the way out, so... I think they can move all the way back here. Oh wait, no. That's mine. I'm guessing he can move. I don't know if he can get these guys all the way out. We might take these back in like a couple turns. That way we don't... I don't want to bump him and lose stuff. I've also turned back on... What do you have? Astral, nature... Okay, I've got astral, nature, and air. You can use the astral one. The other thing that's nice is I have my disease grinder. I don't know if I mentioned this. So we're going to destroy one disease a turn. Right now we've got one disease in the fort. And I'm going to be sent 2 diseases. And I'm going to be sending people back in if they're diseased so that they don't die. In fact, this guy can... He's going back in... Yeah. What's this? Wait, what is this? A slashing scroll? No, sapience. So, yeah. I think that honestly, there's so much more Minecraft to do. It's probably okay. We'll start. We'll send a squad over this way. This fort's only 100. This fort's 250. So I want the group to have at least 250 siege strength. We'll do at least this. We'll do at least this. First thing I have to do is we've got to put these guys... Wait, what happened to my... Didn't I have one commander at least? Feels bad, man. No commanders. Well, okay. Now, these guys are kind of okay to be on bad leadership commanders because they go berserk when blessed, and we're going to be making sure we bless them. Okay, so anyway, that's a lot. Let's go ahead and get some of these guys and bring them over. Let's go ahead and let you be a communion master. I'll give you one of the rhapsodes. And then I think we're going to bring you... I think we're going to bring you too. Let's get some green lions. And let's get a contingent of these knights. Okay, and this will be kind of Doom Squad 1. And I have to come over here now and balance the communion out, because this is obviously a huge mess right now. And I need to make sure I bring some earth gems. We'll bring them on this guy. Oh, you know what I need to make? Well, we'll make this. I need to make... Well, maybe we will go ahead and make this. I want to make this hat. I want to have all my Kings of Elemental Earth with the Crucible of Stone for the temporary gem gen, so I don't have to worry about ferrying items out to them. And then I don't have to worry about gem burns and stuff. And I can have them off conservative gem use, which can help in assassinations. I think. They may have fixed that in the game. And I think with this force is going to split. A lot of the mages are going to come up this way, so I've got a lot of mage support for running into Arcadia. And then some of them are going to come up this way. So we'll do that. This we're raiding. And, yeah, I kind of feel uncomfortable doing... I feel like this is a little too slow for the recording. So I think we're going to call it here. But, yeah, I will see you all next time. Take care.